and welcome to this edition of HPU All Access on Wednesday, October 21st, 2020. I'm Anna Harris.
And I'm Reese Harnett.
Good evening and welcome to this very special edition of HPU All Access on Wednesday, October 21st, 2020. I'm Emmy Beck-Aiden.
And I'm Dylan Lynn. Special is certainly right because tonight is HPU All Access's Halloween special where cast become the crew and the crew becomes the cast. We have a great show planned for you tonight, so let's get right into it.
NC Board of Elections believes a new milestone has been met for this 2020 election.
And deputies are investigating a drive-by shooting. But first, we head over to meteorologist Ben Tornicello for a snapshot of our local weather. Ben?
Thanks, Dylan. My name is Ben Tornicello, and welcome to our HPU All Access Weather Report. So here we have on Wednesday, it's going to be a high of 78 and a low of 58. It's going to be a little bit cloudy today, a little bit of sunshine though. Moving over to Thursday, it's also going to be 78, a lot of 78s. It's going to dip down all the way down to 56. Friday, it's going to be high of 76 and a low of 58. Moving on to the weekend, we have 20% chance of rain and 30% chance of rain. Hopefully those go down to 0 so we can have a nice sunny weekend. Saturday, it's going to be a high of 78 and a low of 58 into the nighttime. Sunday, we're coming in at 72 and a low of 60. Then moving all the way over to Monday, still those 20 and 40% chances of rain on Monday and Tuesday. It's going to be 74 degrees on Monday, lowering down into 59 in the nighttime. And on Tuesday, it's going to get all the way up to 76. That's Moving on to regional temperatures. Over here, Wilmington on the coast, it's going to be all the way up to 77. We see a little bit of 79 over here, going up north, 75. All the way down to Waycross, Georgia, it's going to be down to 78. Moving over here closer to the west coast, it's going to be all the way down to 51 over here in St. Louis, Memphis, 78, and all the way up to 81. Moving on to our national weather, west coast, you're looking a little bit chilly over here. San Francisco, all the way down to 65. Oklahoma City, moving more into central, it's going to be all the way down to 72. Up north, all the way up in north, what is that? I can't even, moving up closer to Canada, it's going to be 32 degrees, 28 in, I think that says Bismarck, but that might be wrong. Then Kansas City, all the way down to 46. Not quite as low as Canada. Moving on back over to the East Coast, Myrtle Beach down to 74, Orlando 81. That has been HPU All Access Weather Report. Back to you, Emmy and Dylan.
Thanks, Ben. Early voting for the 2020 election is well underway here in North Carolina. The NC Board of Elections believes that the state has reached a new milestone, breaking a possible record of over 333 ballots cast within one day of early voting. Based on recent polls, every vote across the state will be important in the highly contested presidential, Senate, and local races. High Point University is encouraging its students to vote, whether in person or absentee, by hosting voter awareness events across campus. In fact, the university will be offering free shuttles that allow students to register and early vote on the same day at polling locations across Guilford County.
In Rockingham County, North Carolina, deputies are currently investigating a drive-by shooting in Gibsonville. Deputies responded to the reports of shots being fired. Reports described a red pickup truck drove by and fired several shots into a stopped vehicle on the side of the road. There were no reported injuries, and investigators are still looking for the suspected vehicle and instigator. And now let's head over to Sarah Hoyt and Nicholas Massalaris to tell us all about what's going on with our campus. Guys?
Thanks, Emmy and Dylan. Hey everyone, I'm Sarah Hoyt, and this is Nicholas Massalaris, and these are your campus updates for the week.
Interested in free stuff and food? Your RA can help with that. Check your email for daily events that your hall or residential community are hosting. Every week you can take part in movie screenings, TV screenings, crafts, games, And of course, free food. It's a great and safe way to connect with those in your community nearby you. Just last week, my RA was handing out s'mores for everyone and sat in the lobby, and we all made s'mores together next to the fire.
Are you a fan of the hit musical Hamilton? Well, get ready. Kat will be hosting an interview with the stars from Hamilton this Friday at 7 p.m. in the Extraordinaire Cinema.
Have you toured the Nido and Marina Cubain Arena and Conference Center yet? If not, you still have time. Tours are going until the end of October, so make sure to contact Campus Concierge to reserve your spot today.
Lastly, make sure to catch this week's outdoor movie Jumanji. This movie will be playing at the Cottrell Amphitheater from 8 to 10 p.m. and snacks and drinks will be provided.
That's all we have for campus updates this week. I'm Nicholas Masaleras.
And I'm Sarah Hoyt. Back to you, Emmy and Dylan.
We'll be right back after these messages.
The world as it is going to be. There's a growth mindset in our institutional DNA. So while our campus growth is impressive, the true relevance lies in how HPU creates an innovative learning environment that fosters the entrepreneurial spirit in the minds, in the hearts, and in the souls of our students. This is High Point University. Extraordinary.
Welcome to Freddy's. How are you guys doing?
Meetings.
Lunch meetings all week, all salads.
Bean salads. Quinoa salads.
Heirloom salads.
Frisee salads. Sometimes, a guy needs a Freddy's Original Double, Chicago Dog, and a Turtle Sundae.
Make that 2, please.
3.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good. Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
Welcome to Freddy's. What can we get started for you?
I haven't had a carb in 3 weeks, and if I have one more sip of a kale smoothie, I need a Freddy's Original Double with cheese, fries, and a turtle sundae. Please.
Coming right up.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good.
Bring it on.
Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
Sheets run and done.
I'll have the langoustine lobster ravioli.
For you, sir?
The original call was for langoustine ravioli. Langoustine is a tiny kind of lobster. Slight shellfish allergy rules that out. Plus, my wife ordered the langoustine. I will have chicken tenders and tater tots.
If you're a ref, you way over-explain things. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico.
Sir, we don't have tater tots.
It's what you do.
I will have nachos.
Welcome back to HPU All Access. I'm Emmy Beck-Aden.
And I'm Dylan Lynn.
Now it's time to head over to All Access Sports with Will Whittington. How's the sports world, Will?
Thanks, guys. I'm Will Whittington, and this is your All Access Sports Update. The NFL had a seemingly normal week this week with relatively few COVID-19 cases and some fans in attendance for most games. It was a step in the right direction of getting the games back to normal. First, the undefeated pool got smaller this week, with only 3 teams, the Steelers, Titans, and Seahawks, remaining perfect after Week 6. The Seahawks had a bye week, so no surprise there, and the Steelers absolutely demolished their divisional opponents, the Browns, in a 38-7 win at Heinz Field, as Big Ben led the offense up and down the field multiple times throughout the day with 162 yards. Roethlisberger spread the touchdowns between handoffs to James Conner, Chase Claypool, and Benny Snell Jr., as well as throwing one through the air to James Washington. The defensive side of the field was strong as well for the Steelers, as Bud Dupree and TJ Watt and the rest of the Steelers' front seven punished Browns QB Baker Mayfield throughout the day with a total of 4 sacks. The Steelers' secondary did not give the Browns QB a break either, picking Mayfield off twice, one of which was returned for a touchdown by safety Minkah Fitzpatrick. Seemingly, the only thing that went wrong for the Steelers was their loss of their 10th overall pick linebacker Devin Bush, who had to be helped off the field with a knee injury that later was diagnosed as a season-ending ACL tear. The Titans also remain undefeated, although their win against the Texans was not quite as easy as the Steelers' win against the Browns. Quarterback Ryan Tannehill threw for 4 touchdowns, 364 yards, and 1 interception, and running back Derrick Henry rushed for 212 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Texans held their own, though, with quarterback Deshaun Watson throwing 4 touchdowns and running back David Johnson adding 1 more touchdown on the ground. The game went to overtime, but was quickly put away by running backs Henry and McNichols, with both backs steamrolling down the field and Derrick Henry punching it into the end zone to put the Titans over the Texans 42-36. One team that did not remain undefeated was the Green Bay Packers, as they fell to Tampa Bay 38-10. One of the many battles between the 2 legendary quarterbacks, Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. This matchup was soundly won by Brady, as Rodgers was definitely not himself, throwing for 160 yards, no touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. With the loss, paired with a Chicago 23-16 win over the Panthers, Green Bay falls to second in the NFC North, with the Bears now on top of the conference at 5-1. On the opposite end of the winning spectrum, the Jets are now the only winless team in the NFL, as they were shut out by the Dolphins 24-0. As the Jets have cemented their status as the worst team in football this season, there is much speculation about when the Jets will bite the bullet and fire their head coach Adam Gase, as his actions have not only cost the Jets their first 6 games, but have also cost the Jets 2 star players, with safety Jamal Adams leaving for the Seahawks and running back Le'Veon Bell joining the Kansas City Chiefs. Moving on to baseball, the MLB is gearing up for the World Series, with the Tampa Bay Rays earning the spot to represent the ALCS after beating the Astros 4-2 in the 7th game of the series. The Rays went up early in the match and held a 4-0 lead until the top of the 8th, when the Astros scored 2 runs to set themselves up for one final push after they kept the Rays scoreless in the bottom of the inning. But the Astros came up short, and all of the baseball world outside of Houston rejoiced, as the Astros have faced adversity the entire season in the wake of their controversial World Series win last year, after which they were exposed for having cheated during their wins over the Yankees. The Rays have not been to a World Series since 2008, when they were bested by the Philadelphia Phillies 4-1. The LA Dodgers will be representing the NLCS in the World Series, as they come back from a 3-1 game deficit to beat the Braves 4-3. The game was close and was tied at 3-3 in the 7th inning when Cody Bellinger hit a home run to put the Dodgers up, and the Braves were unable to do anything to challenge that lead. The World Series starts on October 19th and is certainly shaping up to be a tight battle for the title. That's all for All Access Sports. Back to you, Emmy and Dylan.
Now let's head over to Thomas Hart, where he is live outside the new Nito and Mariana Quabane's arena. Thomas?
Thanks, guys. The Nito and Mariana Quabane Arena broke ground here in 2018 and was expected to be completed in 2020. Now, the COVID-19 pandemic did shift it back to 2021, but Jason Sweet, the director of construction, gave All Access an inside look on this 283,000 square foot project. Priced at $130 million, the new home to the High Point men and women's basketball team is going to be one of the premier arenas in the Carolinas.
So this is the main concourse where we walked in at earlier. So everything on your left here is pretty much either a concession stand or it's bathrooms. Yep. So the practice court there. So they got the wood floor down and just waiting on the decision on the graphics and that sort of thing to go ahead and complete it all. Yeah, this is the athletic training area right here. So we've got a hot and cold pool back there. We've got a taping space over here to the left. We have taping tables and treadmills and that sort of thing where they can get taped up, get warmed up for the game. They got like a physical therapist office back there, where if a player gets hurt or something like that during the game, they can come in here and get examined. We've got 3 different style rooms here in the hotel. We've got a junior suite, a large suite, and then we've got the presidential suite, the junior suite right here. We have a closet space here in the front. We got the bathroom right there in the center. And then it's got a large sleeping area right here.
Along with the hotel, High Point is adding an upscale restaurant called Aloe.
This will be the main seating area right here. And then you can see the bar back there. The restaurant will have a bar in it as well. We've got a private conference style area back there where somebody's having a conference to come in here, shut the doors up, use that space for that.
The arena will also play host to a 2,500 person convention space that can be split up into 7 different rooms.
So this can handle about 1,500 people on a plated meal, round tables. This space can be broken up into 7 individual spaces. As you can see, the partition wall tracks over there sort of represent how they can be broken up. So we can have 3 individual spaces over here, 3 individual spaces over here on the left, and then the 1 large space here in the middle. The black truss up above the window there, that's actually going to hold a TV, large LED TV there. So you can sort of see how high that truss is. The TV will hang from there, come down and pretty much touch the stage, and it's pretty much the full width of the truss there.
Arena tours are happening throughout the month of October. You can contact Campus Concierge for more information to sign up. For HPU All Access, I'm Thomas Hart.
Thanks, Thomas. Talk about a true state-of-the-art building.
Absolutely. Now it's time to head over to our entertainment specialist, Natalie Garrett, to give us the inside scoop on all things entertainment. Natalie?
Hey everyone, it's Natalie here with your entertainment news. Pop icon Ariana Grande just recently announced that the new album is on the way. Ariana took to Twitter announcing that her 6th studio album is coming this month, seemingly on October 30th. She posted a graphic that contained the word Positions, which led fans to believe that this is the title of the new album. Fans also think that this will be the name of the lead single, which is supposedly set to drop on October 30th as well. The last album we had from Ariana was Thank You Next, so it's time for another album dropped from the legend herself. In other news, after initially teasing in June of 2018, the official release date of Legally Blonde 3 has been released. Reese Witherspoon will reprise her role as the iconic Elle Woods when Legally Blonde 3 premieres. MGM Studios announced that the movie will be released in May of 2022. This release is a long time coming, as it will be over 20 years since the release of the first Legally Blonde film. Season 19 of The Voice premiered earlier this month, and blind auditions are underway. Judges Gwen Stefani, Blake Shelton, Kelly Clarkson, and John Legend are slowly but surely building their teams, and the competition is hotter than ever. Tune in to The Voice every Monday and Tuesday at 8 p.m. on NBC. Well, that's all I have for entertainment this week. We'll be right back after these messages.
High Point University is focused on preparing students for the world as it is going to be. There's a growth mindset in our institutional DNA. So while our campus growth is impressive, the true relevance lies in how HPU creates an innovative learning environment that fosters the entrepreneurial spirit in the minds, in the hearts, and in the souls of our students. This is High Point University. Extraordinary.
Welcome to Freddy's. How are you guys doing?
Meetings.
Lunch meetings all week, all salads.
Bean salads. Quinoa salads.
Heirloom salads.
Frisee salads. Sometimes a guy needs a Freddy's Original Double, Chicago Dog, and a Turtle Sundae.
Make that 2, please.
3.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good. Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
Welcome to Freddy's. What can we get started for you?
I haven't had a carb in 3 weeks, and if I have one more sip of a kale smoothie, I need a Freddy's Original Double with cheese, fries, and a turtle sundae. Please.
Coming right up.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good.
Bring it on.
Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
Musco Lighting. We make it happen. run and done.
I'll have the langoustine lobster ravioli.
For you, sir?
The original call was for langoustine ravioli. Langoustine is a tiny kind of lobster. Slight shellfish allergy rules that out. Plus, my wife ordered the langoustine. I will have chicken tenders and tater tots.
If you're a ref, you way over-explain things. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico.
Sir, we don't have tater tots.
It's what you do.
I will have nachos.
High Point University is focused on preparing students for the world as it is going to be. There's a growth mindset in our institutional DNA. So while our campus growth is impressive, the true relevance lies in how HPU creates an innovative learning environment that fosters the entrepreneurial spirit in the minds, in the hearts, and in the souls of our students. This is High Point University. Extraordinary.
Welcome to Freddy's. How are you guys doing?
Meetings.
Lunch meetings all week, all salads.
Bean salads. Quinoa salads.
Heirloom salads.
Frisee salads. Sometimes, guy needs a Freddy's Original Double, Chicago Dog, and a Turtle Sundae.
Make that 2, please.
3.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good. Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
Welcome back to HPU All Access on Wednesday, October 21st, 2020. I'm Emmy Beck-Aiden.
And I'm Dylan Lynn. Now, Devana Tulla as she interviews a special guest this week on Student Highlight. Devana?
Thanks, guys. I'm Devana Tulla, and this is Student Highlight. Today we have Heather Simmons of Phi Mu Sorority. And thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Can you tell me a little bit about Phi Mu?
Of course. So Phi Mu is actually the second oldest sorority, and I am a double legacy of that. So my mom and aunt were both Phi Mu's, so I had a very special place here, and I currently serve as our philanthropy chair.
Oh, tell me more about the philanthropy chair.
Yeah. So we support 2 philanthropies. Our main philanthropy is Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. That is a network of hospitals all over the country. We have over 170 hospitals. We support most closely Duke Children's right here in Durham. And the other organization we support is the Phi Mu Foundation. That kind of comes back around to help sisters with scholarships, disaster relief, and we're the only Greek organization to support the National Women's Museum.
Perfect. So tell me a little bit what you do with your philanthropy. Like, has it been hard with COVID changes, getting together? How's that been working?
Absolutely. So it has definitely enlisted the creative juices in all of us, trying to work our way around while still supporting these causes. So it's been a little bit more tricky to support Duke Children's as we cannot go in the building and we have to be a little thoughtful with what we send there, but they have been super helpful in giving us online resources. We have been doing online tours. We have online interviews with kids who have been treated there, and we can still send supplies to help the kids with their day-to-day life there, like craft kits and toys.
It's amazing. So tell me a little bit more about the future of your philanthropy. Like, how can you move forward with that in the coming semester?
Yeah, so definitely keeping our strong partnership with Duke. We are a familiar face there. We go often for tours, we go to donors meetings, we're really there in the heart of it with everybody else. Going forward, I really want to highlight on the Phi Mu Foundation, specifically the National Women's Museum, which we're really highlighting this week. As, like I said, we are the only Greek organization to do so. They are trying to build a actual museum. It's currently just online, but having that spot in Washington, D.C., and I'm hoping that we can become an integral part of that.
Beautiful. Now, let me know, what about anybody looking to join Phi Mu? How can they get involved?
Absolutely. So since we are outside of the formal recruitment process, we're doing a process called continuous open bidding. And that basically means that we will reach out directly to members, or they can reach out to us to get some more information about that process. But we can reach out on Instagram, Facebook, anything that has the Phi Mu name on it. We're also linked on the school's Office of Sorority and Fraternity Life.
Great. And what do you think makes Phi Mu stand out?
I think it's the diversity and kind of like the welcoming nature. We are so open to any new member that walks through our door. The second you are offered a bid into Phi Mu, or even just a friend of a Phi Mu, you are treated like family. Your differences are welcomed and they're absolutely celebrated.
Great. So tell me about like the best experiences that you've had with philanthropy.
Yeah, so probably one of the most memorable times was last semester. I got to go to a donors meeting, and I was sitting up in the back with all these big executives from Exxon and Walmart, and I was like, I'm not supposed to be here. Like, I'm wearing like a pink shirt, like I'm in the back like with like sparkly pens. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here. And then at the end of the meeting, they wanted to kind of showcase what the money was going towards. And part of the donations were going to new hospital gowns for the kids. And in addition to that, they wanted to do a little bit with their new campaign, which was The Kids Are Our Superheroes. So they all got to dress up as their favorite superheroes, get their face painted, get little outfits. And so they were Batman and Spider-Man, and this one boy comes out, and he was like, I'm an archaeologist. And we're like, oh my gosh, amazing. And we're like, what's your superpower? And he stands up from this big executive meeting and goes, digging, and just walks off. And I was like, those are the kids we're supporting. Like, these kids are faced with terminal illnesses, and they just are like, I'm an archaeologist. Like, they're still kids at heart, and that's what we're supporting.
Beautiful. Well, Heather, it was a pleasure having you on for tonight.
Thank you. It was great talking to you.
Thank you. So tune in to Student Highlight next week for a feature of another HPU student. So back to you, Emmy and Dylan.
Thanks, Devonna. Now it's time to head over to Rachel Martin for a coronavirus update. Rachel?
Thanks, Emmy. Rachel Martin here for this week's COVID update. On Sunday, Twitter removed a tweet from one of President Donald Trump's top COVID-19 advisors, falsely claiming masks don't work to prevent the spread of coronavirus. In North Carolina, the cases have continued to increase as it is now over 246,000 positive cases with around 3,900 deaths. Nationwide, we are also continuing to see those numbers increase to 8 million cases. Yet, here on High Point's campus, those numbers stay under 30. As of today, Wednesday, October 21st, the number of active cases at High Point is 16. Make sure you continue to wear your mask, wash your hands, and practice social distancing. That's all I have for you this week on COVID-19 updates. Back to you, Emmy and Dylan.
Thanks, Rachel.
A North Carolina man took home $232,655 last week after winning an NC Quick Pick jackpot of $986,523. Frank Walters was one of 3 winners to take part of the jackpot and match all 5 of the numbers, with each winner receiving $328,841. Walters claimed his prize last Wednesday at the lottery headquarters in Raleigh. And when asked what he was going to do with the money, he said, help my daughter and pay some bills.
The Rocker Stadium will be home to a special event next Friday, October 30th. The High Point Fire Department will be taking on the High Point Police Department in a baseball game that aims to benefit local charities. The ticket proceeds will go to the NC Fallen Firefighters Association, as well as Angels in Blue, an organization that provides gifts to children during the holiday season. Gates open at 6 p.m. for this fun, community-centered event in downtown High Point. Well, that is all we have for you tonight on this special edition of HPU All Access. Tune in on Tuesday, November 3rd in 2 weeks for our Election Night special beginning at 7 p.m. For HPU All Access, I'm Emmy Beck-Aden.
And I'm Dylan Lynn. Have a great week, High Point.